This was my first ever mobile application, and it was rejected by Google. I can't explain how much that hurt. After 3 months of work, I was ready to finally see my name on the Play Store. I was so excited. But instead of approval, I got this email. Rejected. At first, I was frustrated. I kept thinking, what did I do wrong? But over time, I realized that this rejection taught me more than any coding tutorial or computer science degree ever could. The app I built was a goal tracker app, something to help people stay consistent, track their daily habits, and slowly become more productive. It wasn't just another project, it was my dream app. I imagined people downloading my application, using it daily, improving their lives, and achieve tiny goals each day. But instead, Google said no. We'll get to the rejection part later, because before that, I want to talk about what this journey taught me, because I think this is something you must hear. As developers, building projects is everything. Putting it on your CV, improve your soft skills, improve your way of thinking as a developer, and putting your skills to work, that is what defines a true developer. You can watch 100 hours of tutorials, take a 3-year CS degree, but when you build your own app, you'll learn for real. It's the difference between knowing and understanding. Here's what I learned technically. Organization. I learned how to structure my code properly, separating files into categories and keeping everything clean. Documentation. Writing descriptive variable names, widgets, and comments that help me stay on track, even when I revisit my code days later. This is very important for you to maintain your code over time. Hive database. I finally understood how local storage works in Flutter. And by the way, my app was built using the Flutter framework. So I learned how to save, load, and manage custom data types in Hive boxes. Reusable code. Instead of copy-pasting functions from everywhere, I learned to outsource reusable components. It made my app cleaner, faster to update, and more scalable. I know this is my first official and serious project, and there is definitely room for future improvements. All of those skills, you won't learn them in a classroom. Not in any course. You'll only learn by doing. By literally messing your code, copy-pasting without outsourcing and cluttering your project. But honestly, the biggest lessons I learned weren't even about code. They were about me, about patience, motivation, and learning to keep going even when things don't go as planned. And that's what I want to talk about right now. Discipline. This project taught me to be disciplined. I showed up for 3 hours every day to code and get this project ready in 3 months. Patience. Bugs and errors became my best friends. Someday you'll spend 3 hours just fixing bugs. They're part of the process. You have to be patient. Perseverance. Even when you don't feel like coding, you're going to get up and do the job, especially if it is something that is important for your future. Rejection. I think this one is the most important. It is to learn how to get rejected, because life is about failing 1,000 times, but not quitting, and rejection will make you fail. That's why you should stay strong and keep moving. If you reached this far, well, I'm glad you did. I want you to comment below what is the most valuable lesson you learned from building a project. It can be coding wise and non-coding. So go ahead and do it. Now let's talk about the rejection part. When I got that email from Google saying my app was rejected and also my account was terminated, it honestly crushed me. I spent 3 months building something I was proud of, only to see it denied in seconds. At first, I questioned everything. Was my code not enough? Did I miss something obvious? Maybe I wasn't ready. But after a while, I realized something very important. Rejection doesn't mean you failed. It means you tried. And that's something most people never do. Google's rejection didn't stop me. In fact, it pushed me to become better, to understand that small details, to learn from my mistakes, to make my app more polished, and to keep improving. Sometimes rejection is the universe trying to say, you're not done yet, keep building. So yeah, my first application didn't make it to the Play Store, but it made me a better developer. And if you're working on something right now, don't fear rejection, fear not starting, because the next project you build might be the one that finally changes everything.